Okay, guys, so the word on the street is that Phil Jackson said in a press conference a few days ago that the Knicks would be better off than Carmelo Anthony. Now, I have two reactions to that as soon as I hear it. My first one is I kind of understand where Phil's coming from because, Melo, you're my fucking nigga, but you can't really win with Melo. It's got to be on the right team. You know what I'm saying? Just the team with Melo is the main superstar, second main. Can't really win with Melo. So I get what he's saying. But then from a different perspective, I'm looking at it from Melo perspective too. Like, nigga, I've been here longer than you. Okay, you just got here. You ain't made us good since you've been here. As far as I'm concerned, you've made us worse. The only thing Phil Jackson did right as of today was sign Porzingis, was draft fucking Porzingis. That was the only thing he did right. Picking up Courtney Lee, Derrick fucking Rose, Joakim Noah. No, you don't get W's for any of those. That was the only thing he did right. So as far as Melo's, if I'm Melo, as far as I'm concerned, nigga, what have you done? You're talking a lot of shit to have not done anything. You know what I'm saying? To have not made us any better. You're talking crazy. So anyways, we're gonna watch the NBA Players Union, and I think Stephen A. rip them apart too. So yeah.
We'll win with him on the court.
I'm pretty sure Stephen A. is going to say
direction with our team.
Hold on. He said it right at the beginning. Hold up.
We'll win with him on the court at this time, and I think the direction with our team is that he is a player that would be better off somewhere else and using his talent somewhere where he can win or chase that championship.
That was Phil Jackson on Friday. Melo with the subliminal clapback posting this shot from the Great Gatsby with the caption, really? Hashtag Stay Melo on Twitter. Now, apparently, Kristaps Porzingis is over the Knickerbockers drama, too. According to Ian Begley, he skipped his exit interview with Phil Jackson and members of the Knicks front office and is headed back to Latvia until training camp. Buckle up, folks.
Porzingis said, I'm out of here. What the fuck? Porzingis said, I'm out of this dumbass
with Phil
fucking
Jackson
America.
In just
what
a second. I want to applaud Kristaps Porzingis for making the move that he made, departing for Latvia and reportedly not intending to show back up until near training camp. He's disgusted with the Knicks organization. They're an absolute embarrassment, and I completely support him in that regard. I do not support Carmelo Anthony staying mellow, because if there's one thing I have with Melo, it's that he's been too damn mellow. There comes a point in time where you got to man up and speak up for yourself. I know that the man has been interviewed on numerous occasions. I know that the man has answered questions every day practically for the last 6 months. Man. But the venom and the hostility that Phil Jackson has put on public display towards this man for months, he has basically, figuratively speaking, slapped Carmelo Anthony around while Carmelo Anthony has done little to nothing to defend himself. And that disturbs me because he is in the right. He deserves better than this. Phil Jackson is wrong, and it's a damn shame that Kristaps Porzingis seems to be more willing to call Phil Jackson out than Carmelo Anthony. Now let me get to Phil Jackson. He is an absolute disgrace. He needs to get the hell out of New York City, big time, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I am an advocate of what I was years ago, right before Phil Jackson was hired. I think people need to protest outside the streets of Madison Square Garden until this man is gone. He does not care. I believe he's trying to get himself fired. I believe the only reason why Phil Jackson is still in New York is because he wants the $24 million left that he's owed, and by quitting, he can't get the money. But if he were to get fired, he'd get to keep the money. Somehow, someway, the billionaire that is James Dolan, who can write this off on his taxes yesterday, needs to find a way to get Phil Jackson the hell out of town. I'm so damn disgusted that this damn Phil Jackson is still in New York City. I don't even know what to do with myself, Max Kellerman. I don't even understand how you, the ultimate cool, I'm going to start calling you instead of Max. I'm going to call you the Matrix, because I don't understand how you could be so damn cool, claiming to be a New Yorker, claiming to be a Knicks fan, how you can sit here and be so cool in elocuting and articulating words about Phil Jackson without the resident level of disgust that I am feeling. I don't know what I would do with Phil Jackson if he showed his face. This man is a disgrace because he's sabotaging the Knicks. He's throwing everything away. You see the coaches he's
he's hired, and nobody says anything. Oh, the players, the contract for Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose trade and Melo. What about the damn coaches, for crying out loud? He still got Kurt Rambis on there, who I like, but is hated by all the coaches, by all the players. They can't stand the man, okay? And still he's there. This is a disgrace, and somebody needs to do something about Phil Jackson right now. Get him the hell out of New York.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Damn.
Phil Jackson's not even the problem. The problem is James Dolan. And by the way, Phil Jackson's option was exercised. So now the final 2 years kick in. This is the point where Knicks fans feel utter despair. This is the most helpless, most humiliating feeling that a sports fan can feel. And it's not about protesting until Phil Jackson leaves town. It's about protesting until James Dolan sells the team or else puts it in a blind trust or something. I mean, he's got to get away from this team. He's got to stay making decisions.
How do you do it?
Every bad. This is the problem. Stephen A., when I think about what he just did to
James
Carmelo.
Dolan not going to let go of the team.
You and I have different opinions about how great Carmelo
it's the
is.
Knicks. Who's letting him
he's
do
a
the
great
Knicks?
scorer. There's no doubt about that. And he's given his all to the franchise and the team and the city for that matter. And even now, Phil Jackson's phrasing where he can go chase a championship. What a jerk. Why would you say you still got to down him, even as you're trying to convince him to waive his no-trade clause? You got to down him in that way, take those little subtle shots. And that's one thing. That sucks for Carmelo. I get it. But that's looking forward. That's not what these Knicks are about. I mean, hopefully they'd be able to get something really good for Carmelo to build around Porzingis. But Phil is undermining Carmelo's trade value. It's idiotic. But then you look at Porzingis. Not only does Porzingis, you're absolutely right, stand up to Phil and Dolan and say, to hell with this, I'm going to skip my exit interview. Not only does he do that, and that's great for Porzingis, Phil Jackson then is unwilling to say that Porzingis is untouchable? Well, no one's untouchable. Don't hide behind that. You have a 7'3". You have a guy almost the size of Yao Ming who can play in a spread offense, who can defend the rim, who can shoot from three, who can take bigs off the dribble, who can do everything you want a modern big to do. You can build around this guy. The whole idea is to find that guy. They found him. They have him. They're not only poisoning him, but they're throwing out there that they would be willing to trade him, essentially. If you read the blogs out of Boston, they're all talking about, well, would you give up the draft pick for Porzingis? Well, of course you would, because you don't know about a draft pick, but you know Porzingis is a bad dude and is very likely to get even better. They are not only holding
not on the Knicks, though. I don't know about on the Knicks.
Star. They actually, this fell out of the heavens into their lap because they picked fourth. They couldn't get the draft pick wrong. It just fell into their lap, and they're still going to screw it up going forward. It is an impossible thing to be a Knicks fan. Something has to be said.
It's impossible.
Absolutely right. Dolan needs to sell the team. He's needed to sell it, but there needs to be a concerted effort to organize some kind of a protest so that he does.
Well, how you gonna do that when everybody got their cable? Have you tried to get cable in New York City? I mean, you can't go boo Cablevision, or is it Optimum or whatever? I mean, who the hell is it in the area? You can't get around it, Max. How you gonna get rid of the owner when the owner's giving you other when he's giving you other things outside of basketball?
Damn, he's giving him cable
maybe if there
too?
was some way to get him to divest his interest in the Knicks while keeping everything else, maybe we could work with him. Maybe a negotiation could take place. But my God, nobody could peel ownership away from the man. That's the only reason why I haven't taken him to task. But it's clear Phil Jackson is not somebody New Yorkers need. He doesn't even want to be here. He wants to be in LA. Let him go.
And by the way, I've read his books, you know, the latest one, the 11 Rings, and he talks about the different phases of team building. Yeah. Phil's got to look in the mirror. What phase are you on, Phil? You're still on phase one after 3 years. You've lost twice as much as you've won. You're going to just throw up your hands and blame it on the players not buying in? Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder why they're not buying in?
I read it too.
It's
a lot of child's play, Max, for sure. Stephen A., you all right?
Word.
Take a deep breath. Just breathe.
I just can't take it. The Knicks had a game a couple of months ago. I didn't even know, and I was 3 blocks away. That's how disinterested in them I am.
In your life. Coming up, we're debuting a new segment. It's called Your Take, where you all get to weigh in on the show. We're going to cover the hottest topics on the internet street.
Okay, that's gonna do it. Yo, that Your Take shit is actually interesting. I might submit something to that, and then they might show it on the show or something like that. I really want to go on that motherfucking debate with him for a second, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Hell no, that shit's funny as fuck. All right, so I'll give my my final thoughts. I mean, James Dolan, he's not going anywhere. Like Stephen A said, he's a billionaire. He's got the cable. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him going anywhere. It's not even like he owns the Grizzlies or the Bobcats. You know what I'm saying? He owns the Knicks. That's like owning the fucking Cavs or the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Or the Celtics. Those are that's one of the most prestigious fucking organizations. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the top ones you could have. He's not gonna sell that. He's not gonna fucking sell. I'm sure he paid a whole lot of money for that. He's not gonna sell that shit. Phil Jackson. I don't see Phil Jackson leaving until his contract's up. You know what I'm saying? He wants that $24 million, but it's partly the players' fault, but it's definitely not all the players' fault. Phil, why do I keep calling him Steve? Phil Jackson is a pussy for taking that shot at Melo like that. There was no reason for that. But yeah, it's crazy that Stephen A made a good point. That's why I'm calling him Steve, because I'm thinking of Stephen A. Stephen A made a good point when he said it's crazy that Porzingis is sticking up more for fucking Melo than Melo is for Melo. That's actually kind of crazy. Like, at some point you got to put your foot down. And then I just heard that Melo got divorced or him and Lala are separated. So, oh man, Melo's going through a lot of shit, bro. You might have to say fuck that Stay Melo shit, and you know what I'm saying, get on everybody's ass. I don't know, but oh man, either way, Melo, I'm rocking with you. But most likely the Knicks are gonna come back with the same team, same owner, same fucking Phil Jackson next year, and they're going to be just as bad. So Porzingis, the best thing you can do is get out of there, honestly, because it doesn't look like Phil Jackson or the owners going anywhere anytime soon. So the best thing you can do, Porzingis, tell him that way. But anyways, that's gonna do it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know all your comments below. Tweet me more ideas. Instagram to me, comment them below. We're almost at the dream, almost at the meal. Thank y'all so much for the support. Till next time, it's been your boy, and I'm out.